Israel has warned all residents of Gaza City to leave immediately in anticipation of a huge ground offensive. The military's Arabic spokesman told as many as 1 million Palestinians living in Gaza's biggest urban center to evacuate southwards. Remaining in the area is extremely dangerous, he said. On Monday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said airstrikes that had destroyed high-rise buildings in Gaza City in recent days were only the beginning of the main, intensive operation to capture what he has described as Hamas's last important stronghold. Hamas said his remarks amounted to a public demonstration of a fully fledged crime of forced displacement. Israel's plan to conquer Gaza City has also brought international criticism. The UN has warned an intensification of the offensive on an area where a famine has already been declared will push civilians into an even deeper catastrophe. The message from the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, both in leaflets dropped over Gaza City and posted on social media by its Arabic spokesman Kal Avache Adri, was unequivocal. To all residents and those present in Gaza City and all its areas, from the Old City and the Tuffa area in the east to the sea in the west, the IDF is determined to defeat Hamas and will operate in Gaza City with great determination, as it has throughout the Gaza Strip, it said. For your safety, evacuate immediately, it added. Israel's Security Cabinet approved a plan to conquer all of Gaza after indirect talks with Hamas on a ceasefire and hostage release deal broke down in July. The IDF has been told to defeat Hamas after 23 months of war and return the 48 hostages still held by the armed group, of whom 20 are still believed to be alive. In recent weeks, Israeli air and ground attacks on Gaza City have been intensifying. Overnight, there were further airstrikes on buildings the IDF said were being used by Hamas to launch attacks against its troops. Netanyahu said in a video on Monday afternoon that 50 high-rises had been destroyed in Gaza over the previous 2 days. Now, all of this is only the introduction, only the beginning of the main intensive operation, the ground incursion of our forces, he added. Therefore, I am taking this opportunity to say to the residents of Gaza, listen to me carefully, you have been warned, get out of there. Hamas said Netanyahu's remarks were a public demonstration of a fully fledged crime of forced displacement, carried out under the weight of bombing, massacres, starvation, and death threats. Photographs showed a stream of people moving south along the coastal road from Gaza City on foot, on donkey carts and in vehicles on Tuesday, but there was no sign of a mass exodus. Hannah, a mother of 3, told the BBC she did not know where to take her family, so she was holding out until they were in real danger. If I knew somewhere to go, I would have left by now and taken my family and my children, she said. Hannah lost her own home in Israeli bombing at the beginning of the war and has since been displaced with relatives. She said nothing can describe how she and her loved ones were feeling now. Raisin Salha, a student, said she had fled Gaza City 2 days ago due to the bombardment and was now sharing a room with about 20 relatives in the central city of Deir al-Balah. We moved by car at a price of $375, £276. Not everyone was displaced. There are still people in Gaza City because they haven't got any place to go or there is no transportation at a suitable price, she told the BBC in a voice note. Raisin said the instability and homelessness had left her very, very tired, adding, I've lost my hope.